Alrighty guys, so welcome back for another Dokkan Battle video, and as promised, we are going to go ahead and showcase Majin Vegeta here. Now, I only got him on my JP account because again, I really only did one multi on my global account because again, I really want to save my global account stones for the anniversary. Again, I'm literally gonna go like balls deep into the global anniversary in terms of like the stones that I have. Like, I'm not gonna save some and then set them aside. I'm just gonna go all in for the anniversary. So again, luckily though, on my JP account I was able to pull Majin Vegeta, and of course we are now going to showcase him. First thing is first, I do think Majin Vegeta is a top 3 TWAR. I do think he is gonna sit comfortably in the number 2 spot. I still think Ginyu is the number 1, and then I think Super Saiyan 2 transforming into Super Saiyan 3 Goku is number 3. But again, I do think this Vegeta is going to be extremely impressive. This guy gets 180% at the start. He gets 50% on super attack. If you get 3 orbs, this guy gets another 50% defense. So he just gets a ton of defense. So, you know, this guy is just going to be super impressive all around. Again, he's a very defensive-oriented unit. The only drawback is that, again, you do have to have a Trunks. Now, it doesn't specify if it's Kid or Teen Trunks or, you know, like a Super Saiyan Trunks. It just says Trunks. So, as long as you have a Trunks around, which, again, is kind of his downfall, is that you get 30% damage reduction. And if you don't have a Trunks, of course, you're not going to have access to that 30% damage reduction. You're only going to have access to the extra 20% that he gets when he gets 6 orbs, which, again, can be a little bit of a detriment to him depending on how you look at it. But for me personally, Trunks units are so very easily like one of the most common units in the game now that it really shouldn't be that hard to go ahead and fulfill that condition, especially if you're running him on his own team, the Majin Buu Saga / the Vegeta family team with another 30% to Gifted Warriors. So anyways, again, don't want to drag this out more than it needs to be, but let's go ahead, let's hop right in, and let's see what this Majin Vegeta can do at the 55% level. Alrighty guys, so we went ahead and got that beautiful intro animation there. We are now going to be running Vegeta on his own team, the Majin Buu Saga and Vegeta family team, 3 key 170%, and then he gives another 30% to Gifted Warriors, which I believe almost every single unit is on Gifted Warriors except for the Vegeta and Bulma free-to-play card, as well as for maybe this Trunks. I'm not too sure, but I don't think that this Trunks is actually on that category team. And again, we obviously brought Trunks so we can go ahead and activate that part of his passive. So Vegeta with support is at 142k defense, but he also has 30% damage reduction at the start because again, we do have that Trunks, the animation played, meaning that we have activated that part of his passive. Now, Vegeta with 3 orbs gets another 50% defense, and he gets another 50% attack and defense on super, and he raises his attack and defense for 1 turn on super attack. So Vegeta essentially gets a lot of defense on his super attack. Now that is going to be something that you guys need to consider if you guys are going to be using this guy. Is he is essentially a slot 2 unit. You want to be running this guy in the 2nd slot because he just gets so much defense on super attack. He is basically required to be used in the 2nd slot. But because, again, we did get the 6 orbs for him, he has 50% damage reduction, you can put him in slot 1, and he will be able to tank perfectly fine. So with that extra 50% defense, we are now at 166k, again, with that 50% damage reduction, another 50% on super, plus another 30% from his super attack effect. Very easily at the 55% level, this guy is going to be clearly over, I would even assume, 250k defense. So again, after his super attack, he is literally invincible. Like, there is no way that almost any bosses in the game, except for maybe red zone units, could hurt this guy. Like, he is taking nothing. Now, his attack stat right there, 2.7 million, is not impressive. Vegeta does get an extra 80, I believe it's 88 or 80% attack. Let me quickly go ahead and pull it up here. But I believe it's an extra 80% attack if your HP is under 88% or 80%. Again, it's basically around like the 80% wise is when his attack stat is going to be looking much, much greater. All right, we're going to go ahead and float off that this transforming Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, because again, when he transforms, he literally shares 7 out of 7 links with the new Majin Vegeta, so he is essentially going to be his best linking partner. All right, so we didn't get that many orbs for the friend, but again, the friend is not even fully built up. They're at super attack level 7 out of 10, I believe. So again, not exactly the ideal, you know, showcase unit, but again, it's actually quite hard to find friend Vegetas, surprisingly. But yeah, so yeah, he gets 88% attack if your HP is 88% or less, and then he also creates int key spheres. So again, Majin Vegeta, essentially, if you don't get him under 88% HP, his attack stats, I mean, in all honesty, are probably not going to be that impressive. So that is one thing you kind of have to consider with this unit, is if you don't have that condition fulfilled, again, his attack stats are not going to be that good. Now, without support, with, again, all of his passive active, he is still going to be looking very, very good defensively. And again, his defense is still going to be well over 250k. Because with the 50% on super attack, that's going to put this guy's defense at 225. And then taking that 30% of his 158k is going to boost him over 250k. And again, the attack stats are remaining consistent, around 2.7. Again, nothing crazy, nothing game-breaking there. But to me, that's perfectly acceptable. Because again, everything else that he's doing defensively is just way too... It's just so much that it's kind of hard to ignore. Like, he just does so much in the end that he's just, you know, an absolutely impressive unit. All right. Now, I kind of wanted to get Majin Vegeta or this guy to transform, but we're going to very easily knock this guy's HP under, I think it's 80% is their condition. Or maybe not. We'll see. But, Easy A God Vegeta does hit pretty hard, so that could be a little bit concerning. Oh, he actually has his guard active, because again, this Vegeta doesn't have guaranteed guard. He has a 50% chance to get it, so I'm actually quite relieved to see that he actually did get it active. Hopefully we can get... Oh, yeah, never mind. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and cut here, because again, we're not able to get the rotation that I want. So we're going to try to do it on maybe some different teams. So let's go ahead and let's head on over now to the next one. Alrighty, guys. So now we are on the Power Beyond Super Saiyan team. Now, unfortunately, because there are no Trunkses within the team, we are not going to be able to go ahead and get that extra 30% damage reduction. Now, in terms of linking, as you guys can very clearly tell, linking, if we don't have the Super Saiyan 2 Tech Vegeta, is going to be a bit of an issue here. Now, our defense is significantly lower at 123k. Not entirely sure. Oh, I know why. It's because this is only a 170% lead team. That makes a lot more sense. So anyways, Vegeta, again, even though his defense is lower, again, we are going to be able to now bump him up to 145k. Does have the 20% damage reduction because, again, we did give him 6 orbs. And even then, I do think this guy is still going to be one of the better 55% defensive units in the game. Again, his defense is, again, not going to be impressively, like, skyrocket over the moon. But it is going to be at a level where I do think that Vegeta honestly can be genuinely called one of the better 55% defensive units in the game. Now again, I targeted Ginyu. Little did I know that Ginyu cannot be beaten. I actually forgot that about this event. So my genius level intellect forgot that little tidbit. But hopefully we can go ahead and beat Ginyu, both Rakumen Guldo and Birder and Jace, so we can go ahead and into the next rotation and then transform with the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta into Majin Vegeta, because then that'll allow us to have, like, again, full 7 links active, and then on a 170% lead team, we're basically going to be able to see Vegeta at practically his best, outside of a 200% leader skill, because again, Vegeta has access to a 170%, a 180%, and then of course the 200% one. Again, the Power Beyond Super Saiyan team, unfortunately, again, because you have to be on the Kamehameha team to get it, he is unfortunately not going to be able to activate that. Okay, so now the reason why we weren't able to get this guy to transform is because he has to be fighting one enemy, which, as you guys can tell, there are 2 enemies out in the field, which is a little bit unfortunate, but nonetheless, this is still going to be a very nice showing for Vegeta and what exactly he can do. Now, damage-wise, he is just slightly a little bit better at 2.9 million, which is honestly, surprisingly good. Again, basically a 3 million attack stat, 20% damage reduction, very clearly over 200k defense. You know, this Vegeta overall, I think, is just going to be an absolutely admirable unit. I think he's going to be very, very impressive, and I so far have been extremely impressed with him, especially at a 55% level. Alright, so I'm going to try to completely decimate this Ginyu here on this turn, because again, I really, really want to get that turn with Majin Vegeta. So we're going to go ahead and pop the active skill here. I forgot I didn't have the active skill thing off, so we're going to have to sit through Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's active skill, which, I mean, still to this day looks moderately good. Obviously, it's nothing compared to the recent active skills, but it's still a very, very good active skill nonetheless. Alright. Damn, how am I actually going to get Majin Vegeta's active skill is my thing. Because, dude, his active skill is not something you get very often. You have to get hit 6 times, dude. 6 times. And, again, to many people that might not seem very hard, but trust me, getting hit 6 times is a lot harder than you realize. Alright, so now we finally got him to transform. Oh, dude, I was about to, like, say, hey, did we get him to... did we get all 6 hits? Now, this is a little bit ironic, is that we would be able to fulfill his condition of 6 hits on this turn, but Ginyu Goku's gonna die. There's really no way around it. Now, we only got 3 orbs there, giving him that extra 50% defense. Now, honestly, between that and the damage reduction, that's what I really like about this Vegeta, is that even if you only get the 3 orbs, you still have something in your back pocket to help you, which is that extra defense, which is really, really nice. So 2.9 million. His attack stat didn't change all that much, even with 7 out of 7 links active, but do keep in mind that this is only a 170% leader skill and not a true 200% leader skill, which, because of, you know, the introduction of the 200% leader skills, I really don't think it's fair to evaluate units anymore unless they're on a 200% leader skill, which we already did. But again, even then, I do like to showcase these units, even at their best, on a lower level leader skill as well. So, as always, let's go ahead and let's head on over now to the next one. Alrighty, so again, I wanted to go ahead and run Vegeta's team once more because I really did want to get that 7 out of 7 links thing with Vegeta on his own team, which of course is a 200% leader skill. Now, are we going to get it? Hopefully, man. Sometimes getting these specific rotations takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. And mostly, I'm running this team again because I can't find a Vegeta family friend. So, you know, as much as I would absolutely love to go ahead and run the Vegeta family team, no one is running EZA Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So, realistically, there's pretty much no way I can showcase a team that no one is running the leader for, which I've already previously discussed before why I absolutely despise that. I don't understand it. For me, it's like, dude, it's just please run Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, man. Trust me, he's a wonderful unit. Honestly, he's better than Goku if I'm being, straight up and blunt with you guys. So, don't underestimate my boy. He's a very good. All right. So now we actually have support on this rotation as well, 22%. Again, not a massive increase, but it's still something. So his defense is now 143k, but of course we do get that extra 50% defense, bumping us up to 167k, which, as you guys know, is going to put this guy very solidly above a 250k defensive stat, as well as having that 50% damage reduction, because again, we did get the animation for Trunks to play. We are basically running the exact same team. The only difference being, again, I am really trying to go ahead and get that Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta to go ahead and transform for us, so we can go ahead and run him alongside of the new Majin Vegeta. Alright, so surprisingly decent attack stat coming from this Vegeta, 2.4. I'll take that, man. Dude, I'll take what I can get with that Vegeta. He's an enigma, that free-to-play unit. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's horrible. You gotta really pick your poison with him. Sometimes he looks good, but like I said, sometimes he's just all over the place, man. I love him and I hate him, but still a relatively decent unit. Alright, so we haven't actually been able to take any sort of damage, but I think for the last showcase for this Vegeta, we are going to do his team again, but we are going to try to go for his active skill, and then we're also going to try to see him when he's under his HP, because we're going to take him into the legendary Goku event. And again, I'm going to try to take as much damage as possible. Not too much, obviously, because the condition is only 88%, but nonetheless, I do really, really want to get him to that level where we do get that extra 88% attack, because honestly, that is going to make a difference in the unit. Just from experience, from doing so many showcases, until you've seen their full passive, you really truly haven't seen a unit. Alright, so now we have 7 out of 7 links active here, as you guys can see. We're going to go ahead and get the orb requirements, so 164k defense, like I said before, with 50% damage reduction, and very easily over 250k defense. So let's see what this guy does defensively. I swear to God if these guys seal. I don't think they will, but if you do, I'm going to be pissed. Thank God. I would have been so mad. So 3.3 actually. That's actually not that bad. 3.3 million. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. Again, with his level of defense and his damage reduction, I mean, that's pretty good. I kid you not. That's more than okay. I actually would consider that to be even better than I expected. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's head on over now to the legendary Goku event, where we will be able to get not only his active skill, but then hopefully some rotations with, again, the last part of his passive, which is, the attack buff. Alrighty guys, so now we actually do have part of his full passive active here. So we are under a percent where, again, we are going to be able to go ahead and activate, the extra attack from his passive. But because, if I do that, I'm going to basically heal up way past the condition. So we're going to go ahead and do that with him. And let's go ahead and see what attack stat he puts up here. So defense, again, still has not changed. It's at 164k because, again, this is his own team. So he jumps up to 4.3 million. Oh, excuse me. So from having all of his links active, that was what, 3.3 million? So he did jump up quite a significant jump in terms of damage. And again, this is just a 55% unit. So again, overall, I would say I am very, very much pleased with the performance of this Vegeta so far, both in terms of offense and defense. But again, more defensively, because again, in all honesty, his offense is not exactly what I would call spectacular. But again, it's essentially the way that the game developers designed him. It's not exactly Majin Vegeta's fault. But what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and cut here, and then we're gonna cut back to when we actually have Majin Vegeta's active skill as well. Alright guys, now I finally managed to get this boy's active skill. Trust me, it is actually much harder to go ahead and activate this guy's active skill than you guys might think. The 6 attacks is quite the rough condition here. So we do have, like I said, his active skill, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, and then we're gonna go ahead and play it. So here we go. Okay, guys, so again, that is really gonna do it for the showcase for Vegeta. So let's go ahead and let's head on over now to the breakdown portion of the video. Alrighty, guys, what's said has already been said. Again, just gonna reiterate some points. In my opinion, I do think this Vegeta is easily a top 3 unit in the game. Again, I've already said this, but Ginyu's number 1, Vegeta 2, Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku is in the 3rd spot. Again, I do really like this Vegeta. The Trunks condition, albeit a little bit annoying at sometimes, is really not that hard. Just because, again, there's so many Trunks units in the game. And again, it's not limited to just, you know, a kid Trunks. It's just a Trunks. So you could even use, again, adult Trunks, Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. So again, just a really big multitude of units are available to you. So again, overall, not the worst condition ever. Again, his active skill is a little bit bad in the sense that, again, it's really, really hard to really see at all, because, again, you do have to get hit 6 times in battle. But again, it is going to be a useful ability in Super Battle Road, I think. The HP cut that it gives you is a little bit annoying, but again, it kind of makes sense with the whole final, you know, explosion thing. But again, overall, I really love this Majin Vegeta. I think he's a phenomenal unit. And again, I really do think he's a unit that people that I've already been seeing like underrate him, and I think that's really, really just like criminal of them, because again, I think this guy is really damn good even at a 55% level. So again, guys, that is going to do it for today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
The name of this one is Rosé. Oh, this is the power of legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Now I understand.